Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?
Hey there everybody, PTPOP here with all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back, and tonight I'm going to talk about how I created a successful YouTube channel. Now before I get to that, let me tell you this, that what I'm going to tell you here are the basic structural things that I did, but there's some additional things that I did and that I invested in that I'm going to cover in future videos. The most primary thing one thing I did right away is I started using a browser plugin called TubeBuddy. And TubeBuddy is a great piece of, I call it software. It's a great plugin that you plug into your Chrome browser. You can plug it into any browser. And it'll help you with coming up with the best keywords for your video. It'll help you come up with titles. It'll help you create the thumbnail for your video. It'll tell you, if you've got the good keywords, how they rank. It does a lot of things that takes a lot of the tedious work out of making a video. But in the future, I'm going to make a video about TubeBuddy and how to help me. And there's going to be a link to it in the bottom here in the description to TubeBuddy. There's a free version, and there's also paid versions that give you different benefits at each level. So watch out for that. Now, the first thing I know you might be asking yourself, well, who the heck are you, Pete? And why are you telling me how your channel is successful when you only have 8,800 subscribers? Well, let me tell you this. Right now in the world, there's roughly 60 million YouTube channels, okay? Of those 60 million YouTube channels, only about 4 million of them have 10,000 subscribers or more. So I'm not quite at 10, I'm 1,200 away, but to be this far and to do this much and have this many subscribers is a great achievement. So I'm in a very small percentile of people that have that many subscribers. So I've accomplished that, and I'm not probably by the end of next year, I'll probably be at 10,000. But that being said, take a look at the statistics. There's roughly, there's not many people who have this many, 10,000 or even 1,000 or above. The numbers get, they're very skewed. Most people just log on to YouTube and watch videos. So I thought I'd take what I've learned making my channel to help each of you make your channels. Now, the first thing I did, my initial part of YouTube started in 2006, pretty much at its inception. And from 2006 to 2010, I didn't do much with the channel. I didn't take it seriously. I was working in call centers. I was full-time employed, and I would just occasionally post a video, like once every 6 months, maybe a couple times a year. I'd post either me playing guitar live or just a recording of me playing guitar, or I'd record and post, a promotional video for my music, or I'd post a music video I had created around one of my original compositions. But those songs weren't going anywhere, and those videos weren't doing anything. They weren't getting any views. And one day in 2016, I said, you know what? I'm going to talk about how horrible it is to work in a call center. And the title of the video is Working in a Call Center Sucks, Run Away. Because I had worked in call centers, and I have worked in call centers since 1990. So I just happened to pick that topic. And there was no intention behind it. There was no strategy behind it. I just turned on a microphone, turned on a camera, turned on some lights, said, here's what it's like to work in a call center. And before I knew it, I had thousands of views. That video itself, since 2016, has almost 100,000 views. So it's come a long way, but it was my first big exposure, a positive exposure on YouTube. So what I did there is I picked a topic that I was passionate about and I was very knowledgeable about. And that helped me a great deal. Because if you pick a topic that you're very knowledgeable about and you're passionate about, you can talk about it. You can debate it. You can visualize it. You can create great images. You can create great stories. It's going to be a great benefit to you. I've tried doing videos about, electronics. I've tried to do videos about GoPro and about different electronic things, and those videos never go anywhere. And it's not because I'm not knowledgeable. I'm knowledgeable about electronics to a degree, but I don't have a passion about talking about it. Do I really want to sit here and tell you how this remote control works and if it's a good remote control and if it works well with my Samsung TV and, what kind of batteries does it take? Not really. I don't really care about it. I'm just glad it works and I can put it down on the ottoman at night and just forget about it. But if you pick something you really are passionate about, like I can talk about call centers all night. I've worked in them since 1990. I've been in inbound call centers, outbound. I've been in sales, telemarketing. I've done banking. I've done telecommunications. I've done all kinds of things in call centers, and I'm very knowledgeable about it. So it's something I can talk about ad nauseum. So number one, pick a topic that you're passionate about and you're very knowledgeable about. Number two, it's hard to say this, but like move away from topics that aren't gaining any traction or getting any views. For me, it was my music video. I like my music, but the general population apparently does not like my music. And it doesn't get any traction. Plus, when you're doing music videos, you're up against the Goliath of music, the music industry. And they're not going to let the little guy like me ever get any traction. But I moved on from them. I put them to rest. Once in a blue moon, as you all know, I create videos like Call Center Blues, my Call Center Blues video, or 2-Bit Sleazy Ho, and things like that. But for the most part, I've kind of abandoned the music side of it because it really wasn't going anywhere. I abandoned the electronics thing, reviewing electronics, because it wasn't going anywhere. I had one video on my Skating Bear Studios channel where I reviewed a turntable, and it got like 10,000 views, but I just have no passion, no desire to do it. The third thing that I did is I was myself. I didn't try to put on a fake persona. I didn't try to be somebody else. I didn't try to be, a certain personality. What you see on here with me is what you get. And there's a lot more to me than you guys know about in my personal life. But what you see here, this is my sense of humor. This is how I'm comfortable dressing. This is how I talk. This is how I think. I'm not trying to, be somebody or push viewpoints on you that I think are going to be popular. I'm just myself. There's a couple of things I've done recently that I think might get attention and get me more views, like talking about the attempted assassination of President Trump and a few political things. But for the most part, I keep it pretty straight and just keep it to call centers. But I would suggest if you're going to create a YouTube channel, be yourself. Don't try to idolize Mr. Beast or, whoever it happens to be. Just be yourself, okay? Mr. Beast has a staff of probably hundreds of people that work for him. He's got over 308 million subscribers. That's almost as many people as that live in the United States. He's making money hand over fist. He has endorsement deals. He's something to be inspired by, but don't want to be him. Because the chances of you becoming the golden boy or girl of the YouTube is very slim. It's going to be slim to none. The fourth thing is when I started off, I didn't have any fancy equipment. My first videos were shot on an old Kodak Z740 digital camera, one of the first digital cameras, and I think the only one that Kodak ever released. I don't think they're even in business anymore. I could be wrong. They may still make film for people to still shoot with film. But I didn't have anything. I would just set up, a table lamp, had a camera, and I used the microphone on the camera, and that was all. That was it. Or I used the camera built into my Mac, either my iMac, tabletop computer, or my MacBook Pro. And I used the microphone on there, and that was it. Over the years, I have added more advanced equipment, things like that, but I started off with just the basic stuff. Like right now, I'm just talking to my iPhone. This iPhone has just phenomenal quality video. It's got great audio. You can even edit everything right in the phone. I didn't even invest in any software. I used iMovie to edit all my videos back then because it's free movie editing software that comes with every Mac. So I didn't have to spend any money doing it. I had this old microphone that I had used for a couple of years already You don't have to go out and buy lamps. You got table lamps. Just set, your camera up or your computer up and talk into the microphone. That's it. Number 5, I got structured. In 2016, up until 2016, I was just kind of winging it and just doing things haphazardly. And then one day I saw on YouTube that you could make money on YouTube. I'm like, you can make money on YouTube with monetization? What's that? Make money? What's monetization? And I was like totally blown away that was totally oblivious to the fact that you could make money with your videos. I was like, oh no, that'll never happen. Nobody watches my videos. But I started to do research, and I found out about the software like I mentioned at the beginning. I found out about TubeBuddy. I found out about different editing packages that you can buy through Adobe Creative Suite, which I'll talk about in future videos. I'll talk about TubeBuddy in future videos. I found out about tags and keywords and hashtags and search engine optimization, and I found out that there's this whole structure behind the video. You can't just put a video up there and help people find it. Okay, you do have to find a topic that is popular. I actually just happened to stumble into call center videos because it was just something I wanted to talk about. But I got structured. And then when I saw all this stuff happening, I went, wow. When I invested in TubeBuddy and it started coming up with better titles, when I started coming up with better thumbnails, when I started coming up with better keywords and hashtags and tags and all those things, and found out that the thumbnail and the title and all of this stuff helps it get brought up in the rankings, I was just like fascinated with the process. It was an exciting process to learn how it all comes together. So I got organized. I would come up with bullet points of what I was going to talk about. I'd have them on a notebook. I've got them on a notebook here. I don't have a teleprompter. I just got my little sketch pad with notes in it. And that's all I've got. And most of the time that's all I have. Or I use the notepad on my Mac to keep notes. A lot of people have teleprompters. I don't want to read from a teleprompter because I don't know how to do it so it looks natural. A lot of the newscasters and stuff like that on NBC, ABC, CBS, the major networks, no, they've done it since they were born. They were born with a teleprompter, in between their mother's legs. So I just got structured. Now, all this has led to a lot of success, a lot of the increase in my views, increase in monetization, increase in my profits. That being said, I didn't really start making money until 2016. Between 16 and now, 2024, I've made a total of like $5,500. That's spread out over like almost 10 years. It's really 8 years, but I have made a lot of money at it. But I've made most of my money within the last 2 years, where I did some other things, where I invested in some hardware and some software that helped me change the direction of my channel, which I'll talk about that in future videos. And what this led to is a lot of connection and a lot of comments from people as my popularity has grown, as people have signed up for my channel. I have had a lot of interaction with my subscribers. And that was the 6th thing. And the final thing I suggest each and every one of you do if you start a channel is if someone comments on your video, respond to the comment. Okay? So you can do this in a couple of ways. You can go into the comment and you can like it and you can give it a heart. So heart it and like it if you like the comment. Reply to the comment. So hit reply and say, hey, thanks for the comment. Thanks for watching. That's a good point, or whatever your response happens to be. What this does, it creates a bond between you and your subscriber. Now, I know each and every one of us, we have a favorite YouTuber, one of the big channels. I happen to follow a few of the big channels, but there's a guy named Mike Williams who has the Sage of Quay, Paul is Dead channels, and he's a quote conspiracy theorist that believes Paul McCartney died and the Beatles weren't an actual. The official story isn't quite what it seems. And I started watching Mike, and I would comment on his stuff, and he would respond to me, and I felt really good about it. I felt really good. Here's this guy with his big channel, and he's got all this following. He's got like 50,000 followers, and he responded to me. I'm like, well, that's cool. And he gets, I don't know, 100 comments per video right after he releases it. And I was like, well, that's nice. And it made me feel good. So, but I also know that every time that I write to somebody on their channel, like the big people, like if Eric Clapton has a video and I write to him, he never responds, and he doesn't have a staff that responds. And you're like, oh, geez, it'd be nice if Eric Clapton write back, say, hey, thanks for the comment. And I don't even know if Eric Clapton has an official channel. I'm pretty sure he does, but I'm seriously doubt he's sitting in front of his laptop. Oh, look, PTPOP wrote to me like, oh, he likes the blues too. Oh, that's great. That's great, mate. Come on over and jam sometime with me. That's not going to happen. And that's the best Eric Clapton impersonation I could do. But if you can create a connection with your viewer and you can make them feel like you're listening to what they're saying and you appreciate them and you hear them and you feel for them and all those things, and be sincere about it. Don't be phony. You're going to create a bond with those viewers, and they're going to spread the word about your channel. They're going to subscribe. They're going to like. They're going to feel like you care about them. Now, I can't say I do or don't care about the people that comment on me, but we don't know each other. You know, some of the people that I have talked to are in India. Some of them are in Indonesia. Some of them are in the United Kingdom, and I'm in America. So, you know, the chances of me ever meeting anybody is slim to none. You know, I'm not about to jump on a plane and fly to Indonesia to meet one of my subscribers. But think about it. It makes people feel special, makes them feel like they're listened to, that they're important. And you can do a variety. Another thing you can do by interacting with them is if you have a comment that you think is really pertinent to the topic of your video, you can pin that comment to the top of all the comments. And as you get more popular, you can have memberships and stuff where they can pay to view your channel, and they get gifts in return, kind of like gifts. They get badges, they get additional features and behind the scenes videos and stuff that's only for members. And I know from personal experience just dealing with Mike Williams of Sage Quay, I feel great that somebody of his prestige and his intelligence has reached out and talked to me. As a matter of fact, I interviewed him on my channel. I wrote to him. I said, hey, I love your channel. I'm into what you're talking about. I'm a huge Beatles fan. Would you be on my podcast? And he agreed. And he's been on my podcast twice now. Great guy. Brilliant guy. If you kind of follow this basic structure, don't worry about making money at it. I'm not making lots of money at it. I mean, I make about $100, anywhere between $60. Like right now I make $60 a month and upwards of maybe 120. It's enough money to maybe put gas in the car a couple times a month. And there's other ways to make money with YouTube that I'll cover in later videos that I just discovered. I just completely discovered. I'm a little bit slow in the uptake. And it takes me a while to catch on to things. And I caught on to this new thing, affiliate marketing. And I thought affiliate marketing was only associated with Amazon. Here, there's multiple companies out there that if they agree to work with you can do affiliate marketing deals that you get paid off of in the long term. It's like continual income. But my point is, don't worry about the money. I wasn't thinking of this as a money source way of making money. I just put call center videos out there and it's gotten kind of popular. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, send me a message if you have any other ideas for videos at skatingbearstudios.com. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I have a great time making this channel, and this is what I enjoy doing. I really don't have any option right now because, you know, this is who I am. This is what I do. And appreciate it. Spread the word about PTPOP and my channel. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Take care. I'll be the same, baby.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?